Hey guys, Season 13 of The Curse of Oak Island has already been a roller coaster, but Episode 3, fittingly titled Medieval Intentions, takes the chaos, confusion, and excitement to an entirely new level. If Episodes 1 and 2 hinted that something big was coming, Episode 3 slams its fist on the table and screams, "Pay attention, this is real." The Lagina brothers are no strangers to surprises, but this episode doesn't just surprise them, it shocks them. Between sudden voids appearing beneath drill rods, medieval artifacts emerging from strange new locations, and CT scans revealing shapes that should not even exist on a 21st century treasure hunt, viewers are left asking the only reasonable question. What the hell is going on Oak Island? This episode is not just another entry in the series, it's a paradigm shift. It challenges every assumption about what the island is, who used it, and what they built there. If earlier seasons flirted with medieval theories, Medieval Intentions practically tackles them head-on. Let's break down everything that makes Episode 3 one of the most chaotic, revealing, and mind-bending episodes in Oak Island history. The episode kicks off with the team venturing into an entirely new area on the western side of the island, a region they openly admit has barely been touched in over a decade of exploration. The moment they start, the metal detectors begin screaming like they've been set on fire. Katia Drayton calls out, "Oh God, look what I'm getting here." And immediately the tone shifts. This is not another rusty nail or broken hinge. The signals are strong, deep, and clustered in a way that suggests deliberate human activity. The finds haven't even been fully uncovered yet, and already the team senses they've stumbled into something ancient. One of the early objects is strange enough that they don't even bother guessing. Instead, they rush it into the lab for a CT scan. Most episodes of Oak Island include at least one wow moment. But Episode 3 CT scan sequence is on an entirely different level. Inside the scanning room, Emma Culligan rotates the imaging model and points. You can see it faintly right here. The camera zooms in. The shape becomes clearer. And then the team collectively mutters, "Wow." Rick adds the perfect punctuation. "We'll all be damned." What exactly is in the scan? The episode and the promo footage refuse to spoil it fully, but the shape is unmistakably crafted, not natural and not accidental. This is a man-made object sealed inside centuries of dirt and corrosion, and its geometry has medieval fingerprints all over it. Whether it is part of a tool, a religious symbol, a hinge, or even something ceremonial remains unclear. But it's not the object itself that's the bombshell, it's the implication. Who the hell left it there? And when? As the swamp and western side start to deliver artifacts, the money pit decides it wants in on the madness too. The team drills yet another borehole, targeting an area predicted by seismic scans. Suddenly, the rod drops. Completely. Billy shouts, "He just lost his rod." And the entire drilling crew freezes. Everyone on Oak Island knows what that means. They've hit another void. And voids on Oak Island are almost never natural. These aren't random pockets of air and soil. They're tunnels, chambers, shafts, and constructed rooms built at depths that make no sense for 18th century settlers. Rick calmly, almost eerily, says, "We're probably into the void." But even he looks rattled, because this void is not where one should be. It's deeper, bigger, more deliberately placed, and as one crew member points out, if there's one thing, he could have it in that core barrel right now. That one thing, in Oak Island terminology, is the dream of every treasure hunter since 1795. The treasure vault, the chamber, the deposit, the chest of chests, whatever name they gave it in their day. The thought that one core barrel could bring up a piece of it makes the crew go silent. Even Marty stops cracking sarcastic comments. Once samples from the void reach the lab, the craziness spikes again. Emma runs XRF tests and announces, "You can see the silver content. Not traces, not tiny microscopic specks. Actual measurable silver. This is huge. Silver in soil is not normal, even on Oak Island, and it only shows up in this manner for one reason. Something made of silver corroded underground. Something big. It could be coins, bars, religious artifacts, ceremonial objects, a container with silver fittings. But whatever it is, it means something valuable was once stored in that void. This find alone would make the episode historic. But this is Oak Island, and this episode is just getting started. Meanwhile, the swamp, the island's strangest and most suspicious feature, starts revealing fresh secrets. The team uncovers unusual metal signals, strange stone alignments, and what appears to be a carved feature beneath the surface. For years, the swamp has been theorized as a ship deliberately buried, a man-made hiding place, a cover for a flooded tunnel, an artificially created barrier, a dumping ground for destroyed evidence, a medieval construction project. Episode 3 pushes heavily toward the medieval explanation. The artifacts, the metalwork, and the CT skin item all point to craftsmanship consistent with Europe long before the colonial period. Rick says something that captures the magnitude of the moment. That might tell a story. Not a clue. Not a fragment. A story. Because these items, when viewed together, don't look random. They look intentional. And that's terrifying because it means Oak Island may not have been a hiding place for stolen loot. It may have been the site of a secret medieval operation. The episode title Medieval Intentions now makes perfect sense. Everything in episode 3 points toward a shocking, unsettling realization. Oak Island may have been used by Europeans centuries before Columbus. Not by fishermen, not by settlers, not by pirates, but by a group with engineering knowledge, advanced planning, secrecy, purpose, and medieval-era tools. This aligns disturbingly well with theories involving the Knights Templar, the Knights of Christ, Portuguese navigators, early European expeditions kept out of official history, sacred artifacts moved for protection. For years, skeptics rolled their eyes at these theories. After episode 3, those same skeptics may be sweating, because what was found this episode cannot be easily dismissed as coincidence. There is a medieval footprint on Oak Island, and it's becoming impossible to deny. Episode 3 delivers a new, unexplored area with medieval artifacts, a CT scan revealing deliberate ancient craftsmanship, another deep void in the money pit, silver in the soil from a probable buried treasure, swamp activity that makes no sense unless medieval builders were involved. You don't need to be a geologist, historian, or treasure hunter to feel the weight of these discoveries. Oak Island is trying to tell a story older than colonial explorers, older than pirate legends, perhaps older than documented history itself. A story that sounds impossible, and yet the evidence is getting harder to argue with. After watching The Curse of Oak Island Season 13, Episode 3, only one question remains. What the hell is going on? Because this is no longer the search for a treasure chest. This is a quest to uncover a medieval secret that crossed an ocean, changed maps, and left behind tunnels, chambers, and artifacts crafted with intention. A secret someone wanted hidden. A secret someone engineered an entire island to protect. A secret now rising from the ground, piece by piece. If this momentum continues, Season May 13th be the year Oak Island finally reveals the truth it has guarded for centuries. And the truth may be stranger, older, and far more important than anyone dared to imagine. Perhaps the most striking transformation in Episode 3 is not geological or archaeological, it's psychological. The mood among the team noticeably shifts. In previous seasons, Oak Island felt like a puzzle. Now it feels like a revelation waiting to happen. Rick remains the voice of caution, but he's no longer skeptical, he's solemn. Marty, usually driven by pure logic and data, is now staring at seismic readings with something close to awe. It's as if the island has stopped challenging them and started speaking to them. And they finally feel ready to listen. The western side of Oak Island, freshly opened for exploration in this episode, may prove to be one of the most pivotal new zones in years. While Lot 5 and the Money Pit have long dominated the narrative, this area could potentially connect the two, acting as the missing link. The strong metal-detecting signals found there may represent a staging ground or waypoint in a larger plan. Could medieval travelers, Templars, explorers, or secret operatives have used this area as a landing zone storage site, or even a meeting place? If so, the team may have just found the nerve center of Oak Island's true purpose. The episode directly challenges one of the oldest assumptions, that Oak Island was just a hiding place. Episode 3 revives an alternative theory, that the island was built for a mission, not a stash. The tunnels in the money pit don't appear chaotic anymore. They appear designed as though someone created a transport system, not just a burial vault. And when CT scans start revealing objects that look ritualistic, not merely functional, the idea grows stronger. Oak Island may not have just been a treasure site, it may have been a purpose-driven operation, possibly connected to medieval voyages across the Atlantic. One thing is becoming impossible to ignore. The engineering beneath Oak Island shows signs of coordination that far outmatches any simplistic theory. The alignment of tunnels, the depth of voids, and the consistency of finds across separated areas suggest knowledge of geometry, water management, and structural integrity. The question no one wants to ask, but everyone is thinking, is this: could medieval people have possessed the engineering capability to construct this system? Episode 3 implies a bold answer: yes. And if that's true, our understanding of medieval technology and transatlantic contact may be completely wrong. The finds are no longer random. They point in a clear direction, toward intentional construction, advanced knowledge, and possibly religious motivation. That combination is rare and historic. If upcoming scans, chemical tests, and excavations confirm that artifacts came from Europe before Columbus ever set sail, Oak Island may become not just a treasure hunt, but the most important archaeological discovery in North America. The island would not just rewrite history, it would challenge it. As episode 3 closes, the cameras lingering over the CT scan and the silver-rich soil send one message: the answers are coming. Whether we are ready or not is another question. The Laginus may be chasing treasure, but what they are uncovering could be much bigger. Medieval knowledge, sacred intent, hidden missions, engineering beyond its time. Oak Island is no longer a legend. It is a mystery that refuses to stay buried. And with every new discovery, episode 3 makes it clear: the island is waking up, and the world may never look at history the same way again.